It's week 9, another episode of Fantasy Game Plan. My man Joey D. You can't miss the Pernksi, Ronaldo, and the director. And needless to say, we have our Boston Strong here.
Little excited.
Look at
Lifelong
Joey
Red
D's
Sox fan, sitting next to a Yankees fan. I know it's a football show. Got to wear this. Since the last show, I've been to Fenway Park. Been part of the big championship last night. Excited, so got to wear my colors. But on to business. Unfortunately, not so fortunate with the Redskins.
Hey, they played a good first quarter.
He reminded us, yes. Good first quarter, actually second quarter. Went into halftime thinking, we can hang with these guys. And then Peyton Manning reminded us why he's the NFL MVP. And although we gave a shout out to D'Angelo Hall.
Yeah.
And he did a great job of pick six. Unfortunately, he can't cover 5 people, and that caught up to us. So, tough game against the Broncos. What are you thinking this week against San Diego?
Well, San Diego, I think, RG3 for you fantasy guys out there, I had to put in RG3. I was thinking about it because I had Kaepernick, but he's on the bye. But RG3 went on record as to say he's even upset with his stats.
Yeah,
so I think he's going to come back this week, and it's going to be a lot stronger. I get an opportunity to go back for the homecoming luncheon with the alumni, so I'll be there in person rooting my guys on.
I mean, I'm an RG3 fan. You look at his schedule coming up, it's really positive. He hasn't even hit his stride yet. I mean, Redskins, start them all.
Fantasy question, personal. If you've got Luck and RG3, who do you start this week? Luck playing Houston, RG3 at San Diego. Who do you like?
Well, RG3's home, right?
Yeah, RG3's home.
I'd start RG3 at home.
I agree.
Right now, Luck's in the lineup, but I may have to relook at that. Got some bye weeks to consider this week.
Bye week issues. Make sure you're paying attention. For you teams that are 2-6, 3-5, think you're out of it. Make sure you start a full squad. You got Peyton Manning on bye. You've got Stafford on bye. You could fill in with guys like Jake Locker, Josh McCown.
Jake Locker getting a lot of love.
Jake Locker. You look at the games he's played. He's put up some
two touchdowns or more in the last 4 games.
Absolutely.
So yeah, an intriguing bye week.
He's got Kendall Wright, Nate Washington, a couple of guys you might want to pick up if they're out there on your waiver wire.
Here's a guy I think that you should start is Darren McFadden. Guy's been injured, had an unbelievable game last week. And as you look at the Oakland Raiders, they're top 5 in rushing, but they're playing the last team in rushing in Philadelphia.
And the key with any running back is, in this day and age of committee, you just want a guy that gets touches. DMC gets a lot of touches. So.
I don't know, Ronaldo, if he's rushing or not, but Oakland's got some good matchups coming up. Philly, the Giants, those are wins for them. Pryor already put it out there that they were going to make the playoffs.
Wow. So up to our next segment, we want to talk to the director about some of the games this week. We were all 5-0 last week. Believe it.
Giants on a 2-game winning streak. I'm just saying. I'll buy this week. That's really 3-game winning streak.
In the NFC East, they're 2 games out of it, and don't look now. But the Giants are still in it. Unfortunately, some snoozers this week in the NFL. Not the best slate of games. I guess they just sort of tucked it in here week 9, hoping no one would notice. But not a great week for the NFL.
Let's go Minnesota at Dallas.
Oof. I hate picking Dallas.
Start all your Cowboys in this one. DeMarco's back. That Terrence Newman, for you guys who got him on the waiver wire, he looks good. Dez, meltdown last week, got embarrassed by Calvin. He's going to go crazy this week, I think. Dallas.
Vegas likes Dallas by 10.5. They know what they're talking about. That's a big Dallas win.
How about New Orleans at the Jets?
Man, the Jets got embarrassed last weekend. As a Giant fan, I love that. New Orleans is too strong. The Stills guy breezed through it to 10 different guys last week. Colston hasn't done anything yet, but he might come around. New Orleans all the way.
It's a New Orleans blowout.
New Orleans, all 3 of us.
You got the Ryan brothers going against each other there, so that should be fun.
Yeah.
How about Atlanta at Carolina?
I got to go Carolina. We're right here. They've been on a 3-game winning streak. I think they carry that momentum, and it's here at home.
Atlanta's going in the wrong direction. I think this is going to be a Carolina win.
Absolutely. Charles Johnson might be back. They still owe Atlanta for a late season loss last year at the buzzer, and I think Carolina wins.
Stop agreeing with each other. Let's find some dissension here.
What else we got now?
What do we got?
Let's go Baltimore at Cleveland.
Nice one. I'm going Cleveland, man. I mean, Jason Campbell. you know, Jason Campbell had a pretty good game, and he did well. I picked him up on my fantasy quarterback in my other league, and I think he's going to do pretty well.
You know, they are hot. Wouldn't be surprised to see him win. Baltimore's coming off a bye. That's a big deal. So for that reason, I kind of like Baltimore. I think they're ready for this one.
I agree, Baltimore. Ray Rice turns it around for you. For those of you who've been patient with your first-round pick with Rice, I think he starts to pay dividends. Torrey Smith all the way, Baltimore.
Indy at Houston.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm taking Houston. Houston's at home.
They got the DJ started.
Case Kasem, everybody's laughing at Case Kasem, but he's got DeAndre Hopkins, who he has good rapport with because they're both number 2s in practice. And Andre Johnson's still there. Ben Tate or Arian Foster, take your pick. I'm taking Houston in the upset.
Just listen to yourself. Indianapolis has Andrew Luck. I don't care if Reggie Wayne's gone. Andrew Luck, Indianapolis, the big stage. This is Indy.
Yeah, I don't know where Joey D's coming from, so I got to go with Indy in this one.
Yeah.
How about Chicago at Green Bay?
Chicago, my hometown.
Let's start with the Chicago boy.
I got to go with Chicago. I think my guy Josh McCown. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I think Josh, he looked good against the Redskins. Came off the bye.
He ran Trestman's offense in Washington. He knows the offense. He's got a cannon of an arm. He can scramble.
But, you going to pick Chicago?
I'm picking Chicago.
Right,
Absolutely,
like
I'm picking Chicago in this one.
Well, I'm the only one on this set with any common sense. I'm going with the 11-point favorites, and I'm picking Green Bay. But I will say, from a fantasy standpoint, Vegas says this is the second highest scoring game of the week to the Washington game. So that means whatever team you're picking to win, get your players. Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Marshall, Forte, big days coming in for all of them.
All right, well, that'll do it for this week of Fantasy Game Plan. We'll see you next week. Follow us on Twitter. Any questions you have, we'll be sure to answer them.